Music TV.
Oh yeah, you know what it is. It's J Lava and TZ Von Savage back at you again with another episode of Keep It P podcast. Keep in mind that this is a global show. And we take news, situations, and everyday occurrences, and we show how one could or could not have been keeping it P. And the P is for the people. And listen, I'm not trying to tell you what to think. I'm trying to show you how to think. That's the reason why we take the articles that we do, bust them down, and craft them in a way is such that you get what you get. So now we talking about G.I. Joe them. It's a hold on, let me see if I get some music going on. It's a nobody wants to be all that they can be anymore, basically. Is what it's trying to say. It says, with few able and fewer willing, U.S. military. Oh, yeah. There we go. You hear that trap, buddy? Oh, yeah. Oh, let me turn it out a little. Yeah. You hear that? You hear that?
Out here, buddy.
Oh, well, that's real trap there, bud. Anyway. It says the Fountain, Colorado, the local Army recruit station was empty, and normally reliable recruiting grounds at the nearby Walmart were a bust. Now, why do they go to Walmart? Are they targeting certain groups of people? In this case, I would probably say lower income people for the most part, because, you know, they need people who need an incentive to go want to give their life up for a country that doesn't treat them well in the first place. So that's probably, you don't see them going to Target is what I'm saying. Anyway,
Real talk.
with the Army still thousands of soldiers short of its recruiting goals. Thousands? Why are they putting this news out? You think this would be some news you wouldn't want to put out?
Right.
This doesn't seem very patriotic. It almost seems kind of off code on the white people's side of the game. But anyway, it says with the Army still thousands of soldiers short of.
The Times is good for that.
Oh, no. Okay, no, but this may be the dog whistle. Like, you know, the fake people of color need to step up.
Right. Ooh.
Sergeant First Class James Pulliam, dressed head to toe in camouflage, scanned the strip mall at the park. First of all, ain't nobody hanging at the mall no more, fam. Y'all need to step up your recruiting efforts. Y'all at the mall still?
Hold on. Not just any mall. I said a strip mall.
Yeah, fam. Ain't no. You ain't never heard of like Amazon? Most people just order stuff online, fam. So that's where you're losing that, B. He said he spotted a young woman getting out of the car and put on his best salesman smile. So y'all gotta sell the patriotism to everybody. People ain't just saying lining up saying, "Oh, fight for Uncle Sam."
What?
Interesting.
You mean after you was giving all them crime bills away?
Dang.
All that money?
You got a little crackle when you talk. I don't know what the crackle's coming from. See if you clipping or something. But anyway, it goes on to say, "Hey, how you know I was going to be here today?" the sergeant said with a affable Carolina drawl, as if greeting an old friend. I'm going to help put the Army. I'm going to help put you in the Army. So you're gonna help her put her in the Army. That's not a good way to come at somebody. I'd be like, no, I don't know you. Anyway, he said, these are tough times for military recruits almost across the board. The armed forces are experiencing large shortfalls and enlistments every year. The descent of thousands of entry-level troops that can be paced, can be worse than any since after the Vietnam War. It threatens to throw a wrench in the military's machinery, leaving critical jobs unfulfilled, and some platoons with too few many functions. COVID-19 is a big part of the problem. Lockdowns during the pandemic have limited recruiters' ability to forge bonds face to face with prospects, and military vaccine mandates have kept some would-be troops away. Well, there you go. So you want them to sacrifice their life and their life. Like, you know what I'm saying? It says the current white hot labor market with many more jobs available in them for people to fill is a factor, and rising civilian wages and benefits make military service seem less enticing. But longer term demographics trends also taking a toll. Less than 1/4 of the young American adults are physically fit to enlist and have no qualifying criminal records, and a portion of that shrinks steadily every year. And shifting attitudes toward the military since that now about 1 in 10 adult people say that they would even consider it. Well, whose fault is that? I think it's your fault for. I mean, I think it's your fault for doing what you do. I think people's eyes are starting to wake up. There's the internet, and y'all got troops making TikTok videos about how garbage it is, and why did I join the military, and all of that. And sometimes, yeah, and then when people come back, they be funny. A lot of people be funny sometimes. Like, take your whole soul away from you. It's like going to jail.
Because they were shooting you up with who knows whatever else. Shut up, just take it.
Right, and you can't say nothing about it.
Army, punk.
Right. And it says to try to counter those forces, the military has pushed enlistment bonuses as high as $50,000 and is offering quick ship cash of up to $35,000 for certain recruits who can leave for basic training in 30 days. Damn!
Big Daddy done struck again, P.
They giving away bread. Basically, what they saying is, you know that charger you always wanted? I'm going to get you that charger if you come on, go to basic training real quick. To broaden the recruiters' pool, the services branch have loosened their restrictions on neck tattoos and other standards.
But white boy Roy and them.
Oh, white supremacists. Oh, y'all on the supremacy got it again.
And we gonna give you the link. Give us 4-5 years, and then we gonna give you the straight link into the slave patrol.
Right. The Army even briefly dropped its requirements for high school diplomas before deciding that it was a bad move rescinding the charge. The Army is the largest of the armed forces. Yeah, I know, right? You can't even get high school graduates. How effective do you think they're going to be in the Army at protecting shit? That just doesn't make sense. Anyway, at last June, it recruited about 40% of the roughly 57,000 new soldiers it wants to put into boot camp by September 30th. Okay, so that's less than half. So they only got like 10,000? 12,000? Wow. So Pulliam 41. Like many soldiers who make recruiting their career, he's believed that what he was selling because he knew the armed forces had during the Army story. So this is basically an armed commercial. Guys, we need more guys, y'all. And it's tough out here, y'all, even for the recruiter. Listen how this changed this recruiter's life, y'all. Before he enlisted in 2012, he was 31 years old, warehouse worker in North Carolina, working extra shifts to support his 3 children. A year later, he was working on an AH-64 Apache helicopter. Yeah! With his housing and his education paid. Yes. Yeah. That's how I said. He was working on the AH-64 Apache, and his housing and his education was paid for by the Army. What about his family and his 3 kids, though? What they was doing? It changed my entire life, he said, and that's the gift I have to give to other peoples. You just have to find the people that need it. He chuckled and added, this ain't easy always. The young woman in the strip mall parking lot was on her way to go get a pizza and looked confused when a tall man in green tried to pitch her. She eventually apologized politely and said that she could not join up. Gestures to insole pump clippers to his shorts. The sergeant made a mental note, diabetic, not to fit to serve, but he did not give up. Well, if you knew she was diabetic when you looked at her, why you approach her then? How you gonna try to justify her turning you down? Seconds later, he was on the phone with a woman's friend. She said, "Did you want to join the Army?" Sergeant said, "If they were announcing the winning Powerball numbers, would you work here? I can meet you where you can get that done." The sergeant paused, turned and said, "Dude just hung up on me." Of course he hung up on you with that stupid ass line. Moments later, a friend was calling the woman's cell phone. Pulliam smiled and then leaned towards her conspiratorially and said, "Wouldn't it be weird if I answered?" He said, "It'd be like I was a Jedi recruiter. Let me take this one." He's a cornball. That's why you ain't getting nobody in the Army.
I mean, you are the cornest, corn-fed husky.
You make the Army look like creepy cornball convention because you are the worst. Your tactics.
Alaskan corn husker.
The women giggled as Sergeant held to the phone held up to the phone and announced that he was ready to give a friend a second chance. The friend hung up again. You stalking? I'm ready to give you a second chance. So not only are you not getting nobody in the Army, you ain't getting no coochie neither.
Baby, please face.
The other branches are not having any easier of a time, especially if they're employing your tactics.
Corn huskerist.
The Navy and the Marine Corps did not release recruiting figures before the end of the fiscal year. A spokesman said that they both have acknowledged that it would be hard for them to meet quotas this year. Look who y'all got on the team. Even the Air Force, which has rarely had trouble attracting talent this past year, is about 4,000 recruits short of the level it typically reaches. Wow. So they, I was gonna say, man, they gotta constantly keep a inner working web of new recruits.
Oh no, man, what's happening to the other recruits?
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. The other recruits, what they just do, just a race off, like with them. It's just they just what? I thought Army was like for life or something. Or
right?
Why you gotta keep replacing them?
I mean, it seemed like
I'm not getting something here.
I need 25,000 of them.
This said 54,000, and they only got 40% of that.
Well, why do you need so many?
So 57,000. Let's call it 60. They only got half would be 30. They didn't even get half, so it's 20. So why do you need 50,000 people every year for the Army every year, all the time? See, what they ain't telling you is the casualties, the sleeper cells, the ones that's going missing. See, that's the other part they ain't telling you. Like, it must be a lot of people with like disabilities. That's because that's all you see on the corners. I'm a disabled vet. And who wants to go to the Army for that shit? Right. Like right now, I'm looking at a disabled vet with his disabled hat on. I swear, literally right now, this not doing so well.
Right.
But he fought for this country? And this is the thanks that I get? Anyway. It goes on to say, cuz it's garbage. It's a lot of explaining. But it goes down to the city of Fontana, Colorado, a few miles from Fort Carson, is a patchwork of working class neighborhoods with a strong military ties. But the recruiting station here has not met the goals for 3 months because y'all got the goofiest niggas on the team, period. You're never going to go platinum with them niggas on the squad. You're never going to go platinum with them niggas on the squad, cuz like, you're losing. Anyway, it's on a recent evening, Pulliam met with 6 prospective recruits at the park for a weekly workout of push-ups and sit-ups. And the group were 3 recent high school graduates who had been planning for years to join. A young woman trying to get away from home life that she didn't want to talk about, and a 26-year-old man named Francisco Borgia, whose father had been in the army. Borgia had tried to join before, but was rejected because of his poor eyesight. He was hoping the army would take a second look at him. I want to do this for my family, my kids, he said, to better our lives. Yeah, you just don't know what you're getting into just yet, Holmes. You might as well go to university and learn a skill, man, or something, and save the headache and drama, because Anyway, I'm not surprised nobody wants to go to the army. I'm just definitely not surprised about that. Seems like they're surprised. Like, why are people lining up to just, you don't want to fight for America? Why you don't want to fight for America? Like, nigga, nobody want to fight for America, nigga. Y'all sure? We'll give you 50,000. I got 35,000.
If you can come right now.
Next 30 days. That's a hell of a. But see, that's a hell of a. I mean, what would you bounce for $35,000 to go what? Not to go put my life on the line for some country that ain't gonna put their life on the line for me. Not doing that. I can think of some other things that I could dip for $35,000 for, but they ain't gonna be one of them. Anyway, let me tell you something. I got a pointer. You see this pointer? Let me tell you something. I got 4 words for you. Got 4 words for you. I'm sick of it. I'm sick. It's love. It's peace. It's blessings. And it's aloha. I'm sick. I'm sick of it. I don't know why I like doing that. But anyway, it's Patreon and shit. So we don't do commercials and shit. I know got some of y'all like Nightfall, ain't you like military? Patreon. This ain't Patreon?
This is not no Patreon.
Oh, well then y'all need to be over there on Patreon, because I was sure about to go in like it was Patreon real quick on some extras. Read all about it. But okay, love, peace, blessings, and aloha. Roll the beautiful bean footage. Could you please, sir? I'm sick of it. I'm sick. I'm sick of it.
Be one to the family. This is Kendra Blackwood of Hot Lava Music TV and the Hot Lava Media Group. And I come to you today with an urgent call to action. And with that being said, this petition is to demand the U.S. government immediately make anti-Black racism a public health crisis is now an active campaign at change.org. And after this message, I'm going to need you to go over there and show your support. Right after you smash that like and subscribe if you have not already. Make sure you hit that bell for notifications. It doesn't cost you a thing. Now, this is a petition to demand cash reparations for foundational Black Americans addressing 2 critical components. So what is anti-black racism? Anti-black racism is defined here as policies and practices rooted in American institutions such as government, finance, education, healthcare, and justice that mirror and reinforce economic deprivation, racially targeted laws, beliefs, attitudes, prejudice, stereotyping and/or discrimination toward foundational Black Americans. What is a public health crisis, you ask? Well, a health crisis or public health crisis is a difficult situation or complex health system that affects humans in one or more geographic areas, from a particular locality to encompass the entire planet. Health crises generally have significant impacts on community health, loss of life, and on the economy. And ultimately the solution to the problem, it is imperative that the United States government declare anti-black racism a public health crisis for foundational Black Americans. In 2020.
We need to go out here and say exactly what we want. And we got to say it with our chest. And we kind of start pussyfooting around, and we got to stop being scared to say exactly what we want, what we need. We need that paper. Say it with your chest. Damn all that. We need justice. We need y'all to love us. No. We don't need that paper. We need reparations in the form of a check. Let's stop being afraid to say that.